Hello, and welcome to MOC Talks. Today, my dear friends, we will talk something really important in our maritime industry. And first of all, I would like to welcome you in this channel on MOC Talks. And also, I would like to remind you that I have created the most best methodology in the industry, and I have shared it through the MOC memberships channel. So it's my first channel, the MOC memberships, which is related only with the memberships, only with the great materials. And here at MOC Talks, we are discussing different things of the industry. How to improve the industry, how it makes much more safer, how it makes it more profitable with less effort. This methodology has been through the years proof for more than 20 years, bringing the best results, the safest operations, and this has been proved through my journey in this industry. I have created also one of the most advanced crude oil washing material, also available through the Amazon and also available on my channel, on my main channel, MOC memberships, where I have created a specific course related with crude oil. The things that you will learn there, and for sure you have never seen the crude oil or the product that you are transferring with this specific way, on also in this specific angle of view, because it completely change how you see the things and how you will later deal with the things. So basically, it saves a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of problems. And this is the reason why I have created this material. This is the reason why I'm here. And this is the reason why I will continue to do things that improves the industry and bring it much higher. Because I have seen that it's really important that there is someone there standing as a pillar for the safety, for the efficiency, and for the performance. Because through my experience, I have seen very small amount of people that actually interesting to improve the industry, not just for the profits, but actually how the things should work. And you can see it similarly on the engine, you can see it similarly on wherever we look around our nature. Everything works with fundamentals, basic regulations and rules, but mostly rules. It is technical rules which bonds the things together. And when we are going against these rules that some of them the nature have designed, some of them the people have designed through the experience, we basically increase the risk profile. Which the risk profile I have extensively discussed in the previous video, but today our time is to see exactly the problems in the nature. So the accidents in the incidents always continuously happening. They are continuously developing, and it is very sad to see the things repeated and repeated again. Also, many of let's say news, many of articles, many of paper has been spent for printing to print this sad news. This has to come to an end as soon as possible. We change and shift our mindset. We train our people properly, we spend some money properly, and then this spent money will not go on, let's say, the thin air, or it will not go to the black hole. It will go to the reinvestment of the industry again and again. And from this investment, let's say one company invested in me, and now I'm making these videos due to my higher level of experience, which I would like to share it also. And I would like also to reinvest this amount that I'm making, let's say, on YouTube, or let's say making on my first channel, my second channel, reinvested back again to the nature for the further development of the industry. This is how it goes, and this is how you are able to create higher standards, higher capabilities of the officers, and their mindset to shift in such way that it will generate value for the next and next generations to come. But the most important thing is that we are creating these conditions that our people are willing to come and thrive in your organization and to be open-minded to new proposals. I have seen also that when we are open to different opinions, different perspectives, people are more willing to share, and also they are more willing to improve the things around them. Because what makes sense to do things harder, to do things inefficiency, to do things more risky, it changed completely how you operate, the completely way of how you operate through the years and your operation by operation daily activities. So it is completely a thing, it is cultural behavior of how we see things. And when we change that cultural behavior, when we are able to listen people, to take their opinion and also allocate them to the same goal, then this is basically the moment when we actually build things and we improve things. But not as it happens like now, disconnecting people, instruct just only what is required to do, following the rules of the company, like there is no other, let's say, regulation, there is no other flexibility. But this is not the way and not the environment where the business actually thrives. The business thrives in a flexible environment which are able to listen of what you are bringing, what is your goal also through the times. If you have delivered, let's say, high value product, the business needs to look on that and identify, but not all of the businesses are able to do that because they are eager to keep the change locked. And basically, this is why most of the companies are failing for further development because they are not willing to open their approach. Okay, this is another discussion. Today we will sadly refer to some of the deadly accidents and what I would like to see, let's say, on the books, on the newspaper, that actually we have a reduction and we have a change of the mindset. Because if you think about that, a person is working on a risky environment, he's working on a risky job. Everybody sees that, nobody takes action to at least instruct differently, to tell him, okay, you should do it differently, you should do that way, that way. And then this person dies, okay? How it is possible to continue to operate with already one dead person which basically was working for you, okay? A dead person which will never return to his family and will never see his um, loved ones, okay? How this is possible? And for the companies, yes, that are promote the continuity of their business with such a way, without proper identifying the things, without proper taking the measures to these accidents does not repeat again. And I have worked in this environment. I have worked also for this company as well. And I can say that there is no cultural behavior in a way that they are really willing to improve themselves. You can see some companies really, you're going on board. I have been recently aboard a Turkish company, um, and I was really impressed with the level of competency and the level of uh, eager to learn and the level of continuous learning, continuous improving things. That shows that this company willing to invest, willing to properly avoid things. And I'm 100% sure whatever will happen, they will do the things properly. They will invest properly, they will allocate things properly because there is mindset shift on a way, on a safe way of operation, on the safe way of working. And that's why these companies will thrive and will continue to thrive in the future. When you see the accidents and the incidents are happening and there is no resolution, and as here in Greece, let's say they say it was the bad moment. No, it was not the bad moment. It was basically bad decision that this person started to working for this company. Because simply this person didn't know what is the values of the company. Okay? And don't tell me that you care. If you was actually caring, you will take decisions and solutions. But nobody cares. Nobody really cares for that. And I have seen that, and I have lived that personally. Because when I was working for the company, and I have identified many of the problems that was running across the engine room when I was working as third engineer and second engineer later, I faced a behavior which is really unacceptable in our industry. So basically, from my own colleagues, okay, when I yes really identify some problems, some issues, they didn't want to participate to resolve them. So how it is possible in this culture the company to thrive and will have less risk profile? The risk profile of these companies are rising higher, higher and higher by the years. And the most critical and important thing is that these companies are transferring people, are transferring lives, thousands of lives, each and every day here on the islands. And most of the people does not know what is the condition of these vessels. Has been these vessels checked by the authority properly? In Greece, that is for sure that's not happening. And this problem, it only increases through the time. It becomes worse and worse and worse since I started in this industry. And the reason why is because there is a lack of people that actually willing to take decisions, willing to change the way to the proper way that it should be. It is from ministry, let's say, it is from government, it is from the companies inside. So the cycle continues. It is also from the people, which is on the vessels. And what is happening as this culture intensifies through the years across all that multiple organizations and companies, it has become a standard. This is the way how it works. It has become a new standard in the industry. So everyone operates like that. We do not have any pressure. We will work like that. But it does not necessarily to create the pressure. It is to create the culture of not fear, the culture of proper reporting, the culture of take that decision collectively in order to solve our problems. Because when we see the problems, we need to talk about the problems in order to solve them. The problems will not solve by themselves. They will not disappear by themselves in a blink of eye. Okay? They will not disappear. They will be there. And these problems will be forgotten. You will go for your pension, you will go, let's say, to another company, you will go to another facility, but the problems will remain. And one of our, let's say, colleague died through an accident. This accident happened actually on Friday, 25th of April, 1 o'clock. And always remember that the most of accidents and incidents happen between 12 and 4 in the night. The reason why that, because in that time the body level and the rhythm of the body has been decreased. So the awareness also of the person has been decreased. And also the awareness can be affected from the level of effort and the energy the person spent across the day. The level of, let's say, the physical level of work, it can be the mind level of work, the brain level of work. It can be calculated, let's say, similar effort, because yes, our brain is burning the power of a bulb. Just imagine, just existing. So we can see that the accident, yes, the death of that person took about 1 o'clock in the night in the vessel of a passenger vessel, which transfers also yes, passengers and vehicles, heavy vehicles, trucks. And the vessel name is Claudia, flag of Italy. Operated by Andrea Ferries, which is chartered by Attica Group between Patra and Italy. The 47 years old woman who working on the department of deck department. So basically they're working on the deck department by serving the people internally on the accommodation, not the deck department of the navigation. The deck department, yes, that are allocated on the hotel environment. So as she finished her duty, as I understand, while she was passing through the main gate, the main gate where the trucks are coming, and she was looking at her phone, probably reading some of the message, let's say, from the people around the day, across the day, and she was concentrated on that. A truck came and hit her without noticing that she was standing there. So we can see that the way that the person took, it was not proper, because simply there was no training for the people that are working in that environment, both also for engines, for decks. And also I can say from experience, we never take any training while working for Attica Group. Training, I can say, for this kind of events, not the training of abandoned ship drills or fire drills. And I have really concerns about the fire drills and the abandoned ship, how it is performed, because it's completely different when you have people, and it is completely different when the vessel is empty. So I believe, yes, the trainings should be more extensive in order to identify any potential gaps in the system. The trainings, yes, should be extensive, and each person, yes, should know actually how to deploy the things, how to deploy, because yes, if in the event of the panic, in the event of a real accident, the people behave differently. And also in the event of accidents, the conditions can be different from that, okay? It will not be ideal conditions. So that's why I truly believe that it should be intensified. Not only the training, but also the checks from the port authorities as well. So it should be became stricter and stricter and stricter. When you find some deficiencies, it should be basically stranded on the vessel, stranded without leaving the port. And yes, this has financial consequences for the owner and for the company. But these financial consequences should be implemented because already you have deaths in your organization, okay? You are not able to earn money while people are dying from these and these accidents. And it is a highly and huge concern when somebody dies to recheck the overall management system of what is actually going on. Because if these things has not been done, it will just escalate in the future. And that is really, really serious. But as the culture is being broken for many, many years, even if you said something, it will be taken really, really bad. Okay? Because yes, they will say, why are you saying like that? You will destroy our company, we need to work and all the things. We will. Come on, guys, let's be serious. You are winning millions, you are doing millions, and with this way, you do not care about the lives, not only for the people that are working for you and you are paying, but also for the people that you are transferring. I will share you one case, just one case. I was working for one of these company's vessels internally, inland in the Greece. And as I remembered from my, let's say, tankers years at that time, I was working as third engineer. Every Saturday, we check all the firefighting equipment, extensively. Okay, we set the fire pump. If it's working, if there's any problem, we report the problem. Okay, chief, we have this problem. What we can do, how we can resolve that problem. Let's look on that. Or at least to identify what is the problem, so everybody is aware. Okay, not just we find the problem and we keep the problem for ourselves. No, it's not working that way. We find the problem and we report the problem, so everybody knows that. And also in the company they needs to know that, so they will take also actions about that. Yes, we do not have magic, let's say, rod like Harry Potter to make the pump, but at least we can send a message and we send across that yes, we have this problem, we should aware of that. So in the event of fire, if you have any let's say malfunction, the person at least or other person will know what to do and he will not burn alive. I'm 100% sure that there is a lot of such tricks and a lot of things on the vessels across the globe, but mostly in the inland shipping. Because what I found, it was really, really terrific, and that's why I avoid as much as possible to travel with the passenger vessels, because really I do not trust them anymore. And you cannot trust your life when you actually see the things by yourself, and I will explain the reason why. Because I found the valves of the suction for the emergency fire pumps stuck. Just imagine the valves for emergency fire pump stuck. Okay, how it can affect and how it will uh, have any consequences in the event that something goes wrong and the things goes wrong. So I spent around 3 days or 4 days just to unblock the valves. The valve was not moving. So directly it shows, and yes, from this incident also it shows that the mentality and the culture is being broken for many, many years. It has been broken for many, many years. It is also a huge disconnection between the management and the vessel itself. And this is when the things are getting worse. Because management believe, yes, that everybody doing its work. Seafarers also believe that they are doing their work. Nobody is really checking the vessels as actually should be checking, okay? Because there is no that much experience that are able to check the vessel. So the problem continues, it is expand, and then you have a major incidents, people are dying. Let's say 100 people are dying or one people are dying. And this has a huge impact on the economy. It has a huge impact on the society itself, how the society is being developed. And this culture just intensifies the way the work of how the system is working and how the connection and the behavior between the people are. It has a direct reflection on that. And believe me, as you see, let's say, the chain supply of the seafaring and the shipping, it is just a micrography of the society, how the things are working. So basically, all the things are interlinked together in a way or another way. And if we are not able to understand the things, how they are linked with each other, so basically you have missed the entire picture. Because what you have think it is the proper way of what you are doing, it is not the one that you believe that you are doing, because you have not experience to see the things broadly. You have not the experience to see the things widely, but you have opinion for the things. How this is possible? A person that knows, he will never express his opinion on something without knowing something. Okay? So the level of experience and the level of knowledge, it's exactly dictate of how the things needs to be working, and not the improvisation of each individual that has been there for 20 and 30 years, not just because they are good of that they are working for, but because they are good in the manipulation and keep their position in the organization. And this is where the things are not progressing at all. When you see people staying in the organization 20, 30 years, it's not working like that. It's not working that way. It is clear just keeping the position. The most creative person and the most value bringing people around the globe are the person that actually shifting, and they are willing to do things. They are willing to improve things and not just sit on a chair and waiting for their next paycheck. So basically, this is the way that it brings development, not the paycheck. The paycheck, yes, can pay your bills, can, let's say, improve your life of way, but it will not shift your mindset. And if you will not able to shift your mindset for the continuous improvement and your learning, these incidents, these tragical incidents will happen. The problems will intensify, and what will happen? It will happen a broken culture, which many organizations has in nowadays. Not because they're missing the resources, but because they are missing the human connection, the real human connection in order to understand of how the things are working and why they are working this way. When we are just looking to the profits and how to satisfy the company, how to be the pleasure, let's say, of the HR, how to be pleasure with the management, how to be pleasure of the director, this is where the system is completely broken and it cannot be unbroken. And the most important things, the good ones, they see the things that happen in the organization and slowly disconnect or change another department or they're going to another direction. These things, it's natural, and this shift is natural because you cannot obey the rules of creativity and the rules of the real development. The development always find its path and always find the way to deliver what it actually has been created for. So, by improving things, basically, you invest on the people, you reinvest in the people, and these people will teach, will able to safeguard your assets. If you are not able to teach them, and they are sitting only waiting when the month is end, and doing that only the basics that is required just to not shut down the system or let's say the refinery, this is not the improvement, my friends. This is just the waiting of the total collapse of the assets and of the companies. It's a slow and painful death, which at the end will get everyone across the chain on it. So this was the only one accident. There is a lot of thousands accidents that happen across the industry each and every day. Most of them are not reported. Most of them we will not see, never. We will not hear. They're happening, and that it's very easy because if a person dies, that's all. It's finished. There is nobody to complain. There is no power to complain for them. And the industry is continuing as they was before. Yes, we are sad about that, as they say, but we are continuing with the same matter, with the same continuous operation of the way. And this is the worst thing, that they are not willing to improve. And sadly, we have 2025, and these accidents happen and happen again and again and again. For sure, most of the vessels are understaffed, and it's seen, yes, from the workload. Yes, and the things, yes, it's very, very, very difficult. It's not that easy for the seafarers. I don't think that there is no ways or solutions to resolve that, but the only things that I see that they have the profit in the first glance. So everything is about the profit, the maximum profitability from yourself. You can see the tickets has been increased, everything has been increased, the products has been increased, but you are working more, and more people get disconnected through the time because there is no conditions, no great environments to work for. That's why people silently disconnected, change direction, change approach to that, and the conditions yes became more and more, let's say, difficult for the ones that remain in the industry. One thing is also that the things are not being resolved for many years, and then as a collective impact, they will be impact the people that are entering in that industry. So it's very, very important also at which time and which decade you enter to the industry. As the things are progressing, the IMO became more stricter, things change. If you compare, let's say, 10, 15 years, 20 years before, it became more and more overloaded. The people that are dealing, let's say, with the things are less. The things that they have to do is more, and this intensifies the accidents. That's why you can see the surge of the accidents and the incidents, because there is focus to the profits, how to make the profits, how to bring higher value, but not actually to the real results, which then will bring the profits and the real resolution of the actual problems. Thank you very much. See you of one of the memberships of the channel. Stay tuned. My name is Mihail. MOC Talks and MOC memberships, 2 channels. Subscribe, share the material, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.